If you are over 60, there is probably something happening inside your body right now that you cannot see, but you can feel it. You stand up from a chair more slowly than before. You climb a few steps and your legs feel a little shaky. You walk into the bathroom and feel a bit nervous, afraid of slipping and falling. Have you noticed that this month you feel more tired when climbing the same stairs than last month, even though the number of steps is exactly the same? Many people think the reason is simple. I am old, it has to be like that. Or I am too lazy to exercise. Or I am weaker than other people. But the deeper reason is usually not that simple. Your muscles are slowly shrinking. Your muscle cells are actually running out of the raw materials they need to stay alive, not because you are weak-willed or lazy. Some studies suggest that if we do nothing to protect muscle, older adults can lose 30 to 40% of their muscle mass in just a few years. That is not just a number on paper. It is the difference between walking on your own or needing someone to hold your arm. In more than 10 years of working with people over 60 on muscle, bone, and joint problems, I keep seeing the same thing. Most of them are not lazy at all. They simply start the day with a breakfast that does not properly feed their muscles. In a moment, I will tell you about Mrs. Linda, 68 years old. She only changed her breakfast so that it gave her 20 to 30 grams of protein, and after 6 to 8 weeks, her legs already felt much more steady. This may sound serious, but here is the easier part. You do not need heavy weight training. You do not need to spend hours in the gym or buy expensive supplements or buy whey protein powder. Everything can start from one very small principle at breakfast. More exactly, in the first 30 to 90 minutes after you wake up. Each morning, try to give your muscles about 20 to 30 grams of high-quality protein. You can do that with Greek yogurt, with eggs, with lean meat, with nuts, or by combining several of these foods. Greek yogurt is just one of many options. It is not a single magical food. To see clearly how breakfast can either damage or protect your muscles, we need to start with the common morning mistakes that slowly wear your muscles down every day, before we talk about what to eat and how much. I will not start with donuts or pancakes. I will start with one habit that many people have every single morning. Mistake 1, treating a cup of coffee as your whole breakfast. A very common pattern is this. In the morning, I am not hungry. I just need a cup of coffee. I can eat at noon. Some people add sugar. Some drink black coffee, and they call that breakfast. So what is the problem? After 8 to 10 hours of sleep, your muscles are in a state of low on supplies. They are like a construction crew standing in line, waiting for bricks and cement. When your stomach is completely empty and you only drink coffee, your body increases stress hormones to wake you up. In that state, if there is no protein and no good energy coming in, the body thinks, we are missing materials. We must pull some from somewhere else. And that somewhere else is your muscles. You feel a bit more alert, but quietly your muscles are losing capital day after day. If you pay close attention, you may notice this. The more mornings you only drink coffee, the faster your legs get tired when you walk a short distance. Some studies suggest that older adults who often drink coffee on an empty stomach and skip breakfast lose muscle faster than those who eat breakfast before drinking coffee. It is not because coffee is bad, it is because the order and the timing are reversed. And even if you do not skip breakfast, but your breakfast is only some fruit or a glass of juice, then the real problem is still not solved. Mistake 2, eating only fruit or juice to feel light and healthy while your muscles are still starving for building material. This sounds familiar, right? In the morning, you have a plate of fruit or a big glass of juice, and you tell yourself, I eat like this. It is healthy, refreshing, and full of vitamins. Fruit and juice are not bad at all. The problem is when they are almost everything you put into your body in the morning. Let us go back to the image of the construction crew. After 8 to 10 hours of sleep, your muscles are like workers standing and waiting for materials. In the morning, you send them a truck of colorful water and some vitamins, but no bricks and no cement. Fruit and juice give you vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, which are very good. But they have very little protein and almost no healthy fat to help your body use important fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. Your body cannot rebuild muscle with vitamins alone. Vitamins are like the engineers and the blueprints. Protein is the bricks and the cement. What happens during the whole morning? You may feel light and fresh for a while, but without enough protein, your body still has to search for amino acids to repair all those tiny scratches in your muscle fibers. The easiest place to get them is from the muscle tissue you already have. On the outside, you think you are eating clean, light, and healthy. But quietly, your muscle account keeps losing capital every day because you lack building material, not because you lack vitamins. Fruit and juice are still very valuable. But in the morning, they should play a supporting role next to a main protein source, not stand alone and be called a full breakfast. And if your breakfast moves from fruit to white bread, pancakes, or donuts, then it becomes a different story. This time, it is a story about blood sugar. Mistake 3. Eat a light breakfast so it is easy to digest, but it is all white starch and sugar. Many people over 60 start the day with a light, easy to digest breakfast. A slice of white toast, a white bagel, a few pancakes with syrup, or a donut with a glass of sweet juice, maybe some jam or sweet peanut butter on top. It sounds familiar, fast, convenient, and easy to eat, but almost the whole meal is refined starch and sugar. There is almost no protein, there is no healthy fat, and it certainly does not help you reach 20 to 30 grams of protein in the morning. So what is happening inside your body at that time? The white starch and sugar are broken down very quickly, so your blood sugar shoots up. Seeing this high level, your body panics and has to release a lot of insulin to pull the sugar into the cells. When insulin in your blood is high, it works like a lock. Your body temporarily gives priority to handling the sugar, and the muscle-building workshop is put aside and cannot work effectively. You may notice this pattern. Right after breakfast, your head feels a bit clearer. You feel a short sugar high. But about 1 to 2 hours later, your blood sugar drops. You feel tired, sleepy, your arms and legs feel loose, and you just want to sit down. In the long term, each morning you eat like this is a morning when your muscles do not get the signal to build new tissue. When energy runs low, the body even has to slowly break down muscle protein to compensate. After a few years, the total muscle capital you lose is enough to turn someone who walks firmly into someone who always needs to hold the handrail. It can turn someone who feels confident in the bathroom into someone who is always afraid of slipping and falling. Some studies report that older adults who eat breakfasts high in white starch and low in protein may have a 20 to 30% higher risk of muscle loss than those who eat breakfasts rich in high-quality protein. On the outside, it looks like you're eating light, so it is easy to digest. But inside, your blood sugar is going up and down like a roller coaster. Insulin rises and then falls, and your muscles are starved of both material and chances to rebuild. Mistake 4. Oatmeal or cereal with skim milk that seems healthy but lacks protein and healthy fat. This kind of breakfast sounds like it came straight out of a textbook. A bowl of oatmeal cooked with skim milk, with some brown sugar and a few banana slices. Or a bowl of breakfast cereal with skim milk poured over it. You look in the mirror and tell yourself, I am eating healthy, low-fat, good for my heart. But in reality, you are giving your body quite a lot of starch. Only a little protein, not enough to reach 20 to 30 grams. And very little fat, so fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K are hard to absorb. That means after a long night, your muscles do not receive enough bricks and cement to repair themselves. You feel full. Your blood sugar still moves up and down, but your muscles are still hungry. Some research suggests that people who mainly use skim milk and very little healthy fat at breakfast are more likely to lack fat-soluble vitamins and tend to lose muscle faster than people who use whole milk or include healthy fats. In short, whether it is coffee, fruit, pastries, or textbook-style oatmeal, the common point is this. In the morning, your muscles are not getting enough protein to build new tissue. So what is happening inside your body at that moment? In the next part, I will talk about the morning golden window, the 30 to 90 minutes after you wake up. If during that time you give your muscles about 20 to 30 grams of protein, they can shift from withdrawing capital to building more capital. We will not just talk about which foods are good. We will look closely at what your muscles do each day and why a single small breakfast can make a clear difference after a few weeks. To understand why one small breakfast can be so powerful, we need to look quickly at what is happening inside your muscles after 60. In medicine, this gradual shrinking and weakening of muscle with age has a name. It is called sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. It sounds scary, but the good news is that it is not a life sentence. The way you eat, especially breakfast, can slow it down and even partly reverse it. Imagine that each day, your muscles go through two states. During the day, they bear weight and load when you walk, climb stairs, carry bags, stand up, and sit down. Each time you move, tiny scratches appear in the muscle fibers. That is a signal saying, we need to make this muscle stronger to keep up. At night, your body repairs and rebuilds. While you sleep, your body brings in protein, vitamins, and minerals to patch those scratches and make the muscle fibers thicker and stronger. That whole process needs raw material. It is just like repairing a room. You need bricks, paint, and wood. You cannot repair it with thin air. After 8 to 10 hours of sleep, when you wake up, your muscles are in a state of protein hunger. They are very sensitive to what you eat in the first 30 to 90 minutes. This is the morning golden window for people over 60. Now comes a very important point. Your muscles need a certain threshold of protein at breakfast, usually around 20 to 30 grams, to truly switch on the muscle building mode. If your breakfast only has 5 to 10 grams of protein, like a little milk, some regular yogurt, or a thin slice of ham, your muscles can only get by and cannot really build extra tissue. But if breakfast reaches about 20 to 30 grams of high-quality protein, your muscles receive a clear message. Today we have enough bricks, we can start building more. On the other hand, if during that window you only drink coffee, eat donuts, eat fruit, drink juice, or eat sugary cereal, the message is the opposite. We lack materials. We must pull bricks from the old wall and use them. Another way to picture this is to imagine you have a muscle bank account. Each breakfast with 20 to 30 grams of protein is a deposit. Skip breakfast or breakfast full of sugar and white starch is a withdrawal. After 6 to 8 weeks, you will feel a very real difference. Either you stand up from a chair more firmly and climb a few steps more easily, or every little task in the day feels heavier than before. Now that you understand the mechanism, the next step is very practical. What should you eat tomorrow morning and how much? Instead of remembering too many numbers and terms, you only need one golden principle for breakfast after 60. Within 30 to 90 minutes after you wake up, eat a breakfast where high-quality protein is the main star. The total protein should be around 20 to 30 grams. It should come with healthy fats and a moderate amount of whole grains. For age-related muscle loss after 60, the important thing is not the exact name of the dish. It is how much protein you give your body in the morning. You can use Greek yogurt. You can use eggs. You can use lean meat. You can use nuts and beans, or combine several foods. Greek yogurt is just one good option. It is not the only main character. To make this easy to apply, I do not want you to remember too much theory. I just want you to remember a few specific breakfast patterns that you can rotate through the week. Now, to help you picture it clearly, I will suggest 3 basic breakfast patterns plus one vegetarian version. Each pattern has one goal. Try to bring your breakfast up to about 20 to 30 grams of protein in a way that fits your habits. Pattern 1. Fast, simple, and no stove needed. First is a pattern for people who like everything to be fast and simple, with no time at the stove. This breakfast almost does not need cooking and is great if you do not like spending time in the kitchen. 1 bowl of full-fat, plain Greek yogurt, a small handful of almonds, walnuts, or a mix of nuts, 1 to 2 teaspoons of chia seeds or pumpkin seeds, a few blueberries or strawberries if you have them. Depending on the type, that bowl alone can give you 18 to 25 grams of protein, plus some from the nuts. If you do not like the taste of Greek yogurt, you can adjust it. Mix in a little cinnamon powder, eat it with a few apple slices, or mix it with thawed frozen fruit so the flavor is milder. The important thing is to avoid adding sugar or syrup so you do not ruin the morning golden window. If you cannot use Greek yogurt, you can replace it with cottage cheese or another low-sugar, high-protein yogurt. Choose one with high protein and low sugar. Pattern 2. A real meal breakfast that feels hearty. If you are the type who wants something solid for breakfast that looks and feels like a real meal, this second pattern will suit you better. This is for people who like the feeling of having a full, proper breakfast. 2 whole eggs, boiled, fried, or scrambled with a little olive oil, half an avocado, a few slices of turkey breast, chicken breast, or another lean meat, a few slices of tomato and cucumber. This combination easily takes you close to or above 20 to 30 grams of protein. 2 eggs give about 12 grams of protein. The lean meat gives 10 to 15 grams depending on the portion. You also get a little protein from the avocado and vegetables. You can rotate the cooking style so you do not get bored. Today the eggs are boiled. Tomorrow they are fried. Another day they are a thin omelet rolled with spinach and tomato. The ingredients are the same, only the preparation changes a little. Pattern 3. Using leftovers from last night's dinner. If you are the kind of person who hates wasting food, this third pattern is extremely convenient. If last night you had grilled chicken breasts, or a piece of baked fish, or some leftover lean meat, then the next morning you simply do this. Take a small portion about the size of your palm. Warm it gently. Eat it with a small salad of vegetables, tomato, and cucumber. Add a small slice of whole grain toast if you want. A piece of meat around 90 to 100 grams already gives you about 20 to 30 grams of protein. This way you do not need to think of a new dish, you do not waste food, and your muscles are still fed properly. Vegetarian version. Still reaching 20 to 30 grams of protein. If you are vegetarian or simply want a meat-free breakfast, you can still reach this protein target. You can combine a large portion of Greek yogurt if you use dairy, or tofu lightly pan-fried with olive oil and some vegetables, or a portion of cooked lentils or chickpeas. For example, one vegetarian breakfast could be a large bowl of full-fat, plain Greek yogurt, a big handful of nuts and seeds like almonds, walnuts, and chia, and some berries. Or tofu quickly stir-fried with spinach and tomato, eaten with a little whole grain toast. The key point is the same. Try to get the total protein at breakfast up to 20 to 30 grams. It does not have to be a specific dish. You choose foods that fit your taste, but do not forget the protein goal for your muscles each morning. Along with the foods you should prioritize, there is also a group of foods you should limit in the morning, plus some ways to fix things if you happen to eat them. As we said in the mistakes section, especially try to limit these in the morning. White toast, white bagels, pancakes with lots of syrup, donuts, sweet muffins, sugary cereals, large glasses of fruit juice drunk like water, and drinking only coffee while skipping breakfast. If one day you end up eating pancakes with syrup, or donuts with coffee, or only fruit and juice, you can partly fix it. Add 1 or 2 eggs, or add a small portion of Greek yogurt or cottage cheese, or add a small portion of beans or lean meat. And with coffee, you do not need to quit it completely, just change the order. Eat a protein-rich breakfast first, then enjoy your coffee 15 to 30 minutes later. That way your body does not have to eat your muscles to rescue itself when the coffee comes in. That is the theory and the you examples, but to see how this looks in real life, let us listen to the story of someone who tried it. Mrs. Linda, 68 years old. Before that, her usual breakfast was white toast, a few slices of bacon, and a cup of black coffee. She was not lazy at all. She still walked lightly around the house and did small chores. But every time she stood up from a chair, she had to lean forward and push with her hands to get up. She had to grip the handrail tightly to climb a few steps, and she always felt a bit afraid of falling when she walked into the bathroom. After someone explained the 20 to 30 gram protein breakfast principle to her, she agreed to try it for 6 to 8 weeks. Her new breakfast was very simple. 1 bowl of full-fat Greek yogurt with almonds and walnuts, 2 boiled eggs, coffee about 20 minutes after the meal. The total protein in her breakfast was now around 20 to 30 grams every single day. After about 6 to 8 weeks, she told us this herself. She stood up from a chair more firmly, without needing to lean forward for momentum. She climbed a few steps without gripping the handrail so tightly. She felt more confident in the bathroom, less afraid of slipping. She did not lift heavy weights. She did not use whey protein. She did not take expensive supplements. She simply changed her breakfast from just eat something to eat enough 20 to 30 grams of protein and repeated it every day. Linda's story is just one example. Behind it, there is a large body of research and real-world experience that we can lean on. Now I will briefly talk about the research, the numbers, and two very simple tests you can do at home. In my work with many people over 60, I keep seeing the same story. They eat healthy according to what the media says, but they still get weaker, lose muscle, fear falling, and feel afraid to go into the bathroom alone. When we adjusted breakfast correctly, increased high-quality protein to reach 20 to 30 grams, and ate it during the morning golden window, many people changed the way their bodies function. Some studies suggest that protein-rich breakfasts help older adults maintain muscle and improve strength when combined with proper activity. Older adults who eat protein-rich breakfasts have about 20 to 30% lower risk of muscle loss than those who eat breakfasts mainly made of white starch and sugar. After about 6 to 8 weeks of a muscle-building breakfast, many people report this. They stand up from a chair more firmly without needing to lean too much. Walking around the house, going to the store, and climbing a few steps feel less tiring. They feel more confident stepping into the bathroom, less afraid of slipping or falling. This is not something that changes overnight. It is the result of many small breakfasts, repeated over weeks and months. Compared to the cost of medicine, a treatment after a fall, or hiring someone to help you, investing in morning protein with Greek yogurt, eggs, some lean meat, and a few nuts is truly a small price for your independence. But I do not want you to only listen to numbers and stories. I want you to actually see your own body change. That is why there are two very simple tests you can do at home. First is the sit-to-stand chair test. Choose a sturdy chair without wheels. Sit up straight with both feet flat on the floor. Time yourself for 30 seconds and count how many times you can stand up and sit down. You may use your hands lightly, but do not pull the chair. Write down the number and the date. The second test is the one-leg stand. Stand near a wall or chair in case you lose balance. Lift one foot and try to stand on one leg as long as you can. Time it. Repeat with the other leg. Write down the number of seconds. Now start eating breakfast according to the 20 to 30 gram protein principle for 6 to 8 weeks. Then repeat both tests. Many people are surprised when they see this. The number of sit-to-stand repetitions in 30 seconds goes up. The time they can stand on one leg becomes clearly longer. These are very practical improvements that directly affect your daily independence. At the same time, when people start changing breakfast, almost everyone has the same questions. I will answer a few of the most common ones. Question 1. I have diabetes. Can I eat a protein-rich breakfast? In most cases, a breakfast with more protein and less sugar is actually helpful for people with diabetes. It helps blood sugar stay more stable and may reduce sharp spikes and drops after meals. However, if you are taking medication or insulin, please talk to your treating doctor. Bring an example breakfast, such as eggs, Greek yogurt, and nuts, so your doctor can help you adjust. Question 2. I have high cholesterol. Is it safe to eat eggs? Recent research suggests that for most people, 2 eggs a day, in the context of an overall healthy diet, do not worsen blood lipids. The important thing is the whole picture of your diet, not just the egg by itself. If your doctor has not strictly forbidden eggs, you can usually eat 1 to 2 eggs in the morning and reduce unhealthy fat sources like deep-fried foods, oils used many times, and fast food. Question 3. I do not feel hungry in the morning. What should I do? Many people over 60 feel the same way. You do not need to force yourself to eat a huge breakfast. You can start with a small portion, like half a serving of Greek yogurt, 1 egg, and a few nuts. After a few weeks, as your body adjusts, you can slowly increase the amount. The important thing is that breakfast contains protein. Even a small amount is better than nothing. Question 4. I wake up very early but eat breakfast late. Is that a problem? If you wake up and then wait 3 to 4 hours before your first meal, your muscles have to wait a long time in a low on supplies state. You should try to eat breakfast within 30 to 90 minutes after waking up. Even a small portion with protein, helps, and you can have a light snack later in the morning if needed. Now is the time to ask yourself, where will I start tomorrow? You do not need to change your whole life overnight. Just choose one morning habit to change right away. Drop the donuts, muffins, and white toast, and replace them with one bowl of full-fat Greek yogurt and a handful of nuts. Keep your coffee, but drink it after you eat 2 eggs and half an avocado. Or simply add 1 or 2 protein sources such as yogurt, eggs, lean meat, beans, or nuts to your current breakfast and slowly cut back on white starch and sugar. Give yourself a 6 to 8 week challenge. Every morning, in the first 30 to 90 minutes after you wake up, eat a breakfast close to 20 to 30 grams of protein. From time to time, write down how you feel when you stand up from a chair, climb a few steps, or carry a small bag. Do the 2 simple tests at home that I showed you and compare the results after 6 to 8 weeks. 6 months from now, when you look back at today, there's a good chance you will be glad you changed your breakfast instead of waiting until you had to hold someone's arm to start. You are doing this not just to eat for health. You are doing it so you can walk independently longer, so you can go into the bathroom, bathe, and get dressed by yourself without help, so you can hold and play with your grandchildren and great-grandchildren without worrying that your arms and legs are too weak, so you can walk with your partner, hand in hand, steady on the sidewalk, instead of sitting still and watching the world go by. Your age goes up, but your strength does not have to drop that fast. There are many things you cannot control, but breakfast is something you can choose again every single day. If you find these ideas helpful, please press like on the video. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell so you do not miss future content about muscle health after 60. Share this video with friends and family, the people you want to see still standing up, walking and living independently with confidence. Muscles after 60, 70, or even 80 still have an impressive ability to recover. As long as each morning you give them the right raw materials and patiently repeat that choice. Tomorrow, when you reach for your usual cup of coffee or piece of bread, pause for 1 second and remember this. My muscles are waiting for me to help them rebuild. Today I will choose a breakfast for a stronger body. And when you start, do not forget to come back and leave a comment about which breakfast pattern you are trying and how your body changes after a few weeks. I will be here, walking beside you and cheering you on as you rebuild your strength.